morning. It's Rob from Farming Up the Hill. I'm down here feeding the animals. Do a little update on Anthony. He's doing good. He's enjoying his kibble. So he sleeps in with the goats. He's made himself a way so he can get between the two sets of goats. So we let him out of the pen, feed him outside the goat pen so that the goats don't get any dog food. And then we let him run around with us and play with Vern a little bit. Him and Vern have become buddies. So we'll let him eat and we'll get started feeding the animals. It's a pretty nice day today. It's going to be close to 50 today. But then again, supposedly going to get snow on Monday and Tuesday. So it's short-lived. Take it while you can get it. It'll be that way probably through April. Hey, Dusty, how you doing? Yeah, he's a good boy. Tammy. And then there's Hank. Yeah, I don't have anything for you. Yeah, I don't have anything for you this morning. We're going to feed you. Feed and water. And then here's George. Good boy. Yeah, see, they're all getting fairly good. Yeah. All right, let's get to feeding. We're going to be working on replacing the brakes on the truck. Going to be replacing the rotors and the brake pads. So I've already started getting the parts out. Had to order them in, get them going. So we're going to be doing that. Here's the old rotor. As you can see, she's pretty ate up. Hope that's shown through. So generally what I end up doing is I end up always trying to replace the rotors. You can't really turn them anymore. They just don't put enough metal in them. So you have a chance of it warping pretty bad. See if you get here so you can see me. There we go. Yeah, they get, once you start turning it down, you always get a chance of that. And we haul a lot of stuff, pull a lot of trailers and stuff, so this isn't anything new. You know, in this lifestyle, a farm or a homestead, it's almost a necessity anymore that you learn how to work on your own equipment as much as you can. It's quite expensive to get, take it to a shop and have them do something that you can do. Saves you some money. You're not going to get overly rich having a small farm or a homestead. So you got to cut corners where you can, when you can do your own work on things to make it sustainable. So anyway, we're going to get started and we'll get working on the brakes. So, all right. Alright, when you're working on brakes and stuff, you should get some brake cleaner. Clean all the parts up before you put them on there. Make sure there's no residual oils from the manufacturer. The last thing you need is everything to have a little oil and stuff. Brakes and oil don't go well. So we're going to clean this guy up here a little bit. So you see this, the brake shoes right on this little part here. So we'll spray this down a little bit, clean it up. Nice thing about this, leaves no residue. You can use it for all kinds of different parts. Slides in and out. I don't know if you can see that, but getting a little grease on those parts. Those guys go in here. Go. So I want to make sure that these parts are still in good condition. You don't see a lot of wear or anything like that on it before you use it again. Just using a little brake cleaner on it. Looks good. There we go. It's looking really good. A lot of this, to get in here, we have to push these plungers back all the way. I got them partially back, but I got to work on putting them back the rest of the way. Just going to show you what I'm working on. Put this back over here. So I don't have all the pro tools, so what I'm going to use is I use one of the old brake pads. You can see how bad they are. I'm going to use this clamp. Two plungers are actually hooked together, so it's hard to do if you're trying to do one. You'll try to push out the other one. They make some nice tools I just don't own yet. Notice I said yet. I generally would like to use a C-clamp. To do this, but it is what it is. Alright, get them shoved in there nicely. Alright, so now what we gotta do is put this piece back on. And it bolts back here. Place here. So really the only thing that holds the rotor on is this. It's get them started. Get these down a ways. Hey, Vern, back up, buddy.
How's it going?
Doing well.
Are you on camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much we can see back here. But we got this put on. Like I said, this is the only thing that really holds them on, besides the wheel, of course, and there's lugs, but it's kind of where it's at. We're gonna grease up in here a little bit, and these little notches, I don't know if you can see them very well. And there's top and bottom, and then that's where the brake pads go across. Alright, so we're gonna put a little grease in these. much, just a hair. Definitely don't want it to get all over the rotor. It does. That's what we got brake cleaner for. Glove off. Brake parts out. So these little springs help retract the brake when we're not applying them. So it helps pull it back so it's not just having constant pressure on the pad. They're just real simple, basic little springs. Kind of helps hold it in place too before we get the caliper back on. But just put them in here and then right on that groove. That's all they do. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this part. Hopefully. Guy hooked up here. There we go. Just got some bolts to bolt that on with. So kind of get started. He's in there nicely. Get it lined up. We just happen to have these. Put those in. Those guides that we cleaned up earlier and we greased. Tightened up. Make sure our clips look good. That is it. And bring it in here so you can kind of see a little bit. Alright. And on here, it's like this. The back side. So now it's all back on, and we'll be ready to put the wheel on. Make sure everything's going good. I try to be as cautious as possible. Just make sure everything looks good. Then our inspection pieces. And the nice thing about these particular ones, on the pad itself, they put a coating on it that's blue, so you can kind of see. As long as you got blue to blue, and of course we don't see the blue here, so that means we're good shape. You can see the studs and the rivets on these. We're in good shape. So I like to give it a little spin. My gloves back on us. Warmer today, but it's fair. The wind's still a little chilly. Feel good here. You spin here, nothing's locked up on it. Now it's time to put the wheel on. So we'll get that back on there. I'll move you over here a little bit. Ugh. Pop you up just a hair. Putting some of our tools away. amount of tools out, but when you get the opportunity to put them away, we need to put them away. So. Like I said, with a little know-how, hard part about this job just being down on the ground. If you're thinking down the road that you want to homestead and stuff, you invest in tools is well worth the money. You need some. You know, safety's a big plus, you know. A lot of people get hurt on farms. Trying to do shortcuts and things of that nature. So do yourself a favor, try not to do too many shortcuts. I would encourage you not to do any, but I'm realistic at the same time. Stuff happens. Emergency type scenario where you got to get something done and you need to get in here and take care of things in a hurry. So I'm going to tighten these lug nuts up. I'm going to drive it a ways, and I'm going to come back and recheck it. I keep tools with me all the time in my truck. Just a little kit. I got one here from DeWalt. It's a pretty decent kit. I like it. It allows me to get a few things done on the road, including checking my lug nuts. It's got 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. I guess it's 3/8, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 is what it has. So deep well, has some sockets in it. Like I said, comes in pretty handy. I do have the tools that came with the truck, so that's good. So if you've not changed the tire before, you want to get her pretty much tighten it up the best you can. Then when you really want to put the up to 100 pounds torque on it, you want it sitting on the ground, so you're in good shape. And when you get into it, you'll want to do a cross pattern. So basically what you're going to want to do is, if you tighten this one up, go here, 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 and there. That's why it's torquing it down equally. Star pattern, however you want to look at it, crossing pattern. People have different ways of looking at it. When you start getting close, then I start doing it. You know, at first it doesn't really matter because you're not really torquing anything down. So, but as it goes along, notice the wheel's spinning because it's still off the ground. So, now I'll let it down, and this is where I'll actually look at torquing it a little bit and getting it ready to go. You want to make sure everything's out of the way, nothing's under the tire. Like a can like this, you don't want it under where something comes down and crushes it, like my running boards here. So you want to make sure that stuff's all out of the way. And I'm just going to slowly, you don't want to jam it on the ground, but slowly let her down. That way, if there's any problems, you're aware of it before it goes too far. Just let her the rest of the way. And you come in here. Do the first round of tightening. It takes a 22 millimeter. Then I'll come back with a torque wrench, which I gotta go get. I don't have it with me at this moment. And get it put away. So, all right. And also, when you're doing this, it's kind of industry standard that you break them in as you're going along. You want to hit your brakes at least 22 times. That way, within that 22 times, you're probably going to find out if there's any problems with them. And, you know, of course, you want to do it in a low speed, confined area. You don't want to go do it out going down the highway. So you want to do it back road or city street on the side street where there's not a lot of people, so you don't have that problem going on with it. Like I say, I can't emphasize safety enough. Safety is definitely where it's at. For you and the people around you. And don't forget your pets, your kids, your wife. When you're letting stuff down, you want to make sure that they're at a good distance. Because you never know, is there something on the back side of the tire you forgot and it wants to shoot out. And that's the last thing you want, is to hurt somebody. So anyway, I'm going to go get my torque wrench. I'll torque this stuff up and then get everything put away and then give her the test. Like and subscribe, share these videos with everybody that you can. It helps us out. We're a new channel and trying to make it grow. So please like and subscribe and give us a like. Thank you so much.